What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Elden Ring walkthrough. We have a lot to get through today, and a lot of it's going to be combat focused. So we're gonna get ourselves into some good fights today. The first one, right off the bat, we're gonna start right here. Remember that dragon we fought when we first got to the Altus Plateau, and then we kind of did some damage to him, and then he flew away? Well, we're gonna fight him at his second spot, where we can actually get the kill. And then we're going to hit up that grave right in front of us. That's a pretty sizable dungeon we're going to get through. And then we have some other stuff that we're gonna take on as well. Let's see here. So up there on top of that thing is a stone sword key. There we go. Then once we get on top of this hill, the dragon's going to swoop in. So I'm gonna pop my physic flask right here so I can summon right when he gets in, and then we're gonna go to town. You see, he starts with slightly less HP. That's because we did deal a little bit of damage to him already when we fought him the first time. I actually prefer to fight this guy on horseback because you see he's got some attacks you got to get away from pretty quickly, and I don't know, he's a bit more aggressive, so I feel like it just is helpful to fight him on horseback. And he did a ton of damage there with his fire attack to my summon. We do have some dragon wound grease in the inventory. I should have equipped it to my hot bar. I'm going to throw this on because we'll do a little bit more damage with the dragon wound grease equipped. And for this boss, I said I do prefer to fight him on horseback. And this one, I pretty much go for his legs the whole time. He has similar fire attacks to the other dragons in addition to his lightning attacks, which are quite potent. So he has that one where he summons the lightning out of the ground. You see he has like a lightning claw attack there that has a little bit of an AoE to it. He has the lightning sword that he kind of summons out of his mouth. And he has the big stomp attack, which is typical of pretty much most of the dragons that we fight in this game. And the thing about this one is he doesn't... I don't want to jinx it, but he doesn't do it as much as the other dragons, at least, or maybe not at all. But what he doesn't do is the tail whip attack, which makes it a little bit safer to attack his legs as opposed to some of the other dragons who will punish you by tail whipping you. I think he just did it there, but that's the first time he's done it this whole fight. And I'm actually going to run away because I think he's doing something pretty... Yeah, I think that was his sword attack there. And so going for his legs is, in my opinion, the safest way of going about this one. I just got hit by one of the roly-poly rams. So we got some pretty good stuff for that. We got the Lansseax's glaive, which I believe is an incantation. And of course we got that stone sword key right on top of that thing right there. Before we hit up the grave, once I can pull up my map, I'm going to. This is another one of those like lore graveyard site things. This one has a enemy right here, so I'm gonna surprise attack him like while he's getting up. There we go. Got my flask back. The routing of the ancient dragons, Godwin the Golden fought to the last, earning the friendship of dread Fortisax. So we haven't come across Fortisax yet, but we got a ton of runes, as you noticed from killing that dragon. There should be, let's see. So we want to hit up this place. You want to hit up this place. Kind of right near where we're at, there is a scarab. There it is. And then there's another grave site there too that we're going to get a bunch of runes from. This gives us lightning ram. Speaking of lightning rams. So I'll head over this grave site first. This one's not really guarded by anything in particular. A lot of these other grave sites have enemies that you have to work your way through to get the loot, but this one is kind of free. Got some good stuff there, some sixes. All right, I'm going to take this guy out just so he doesn't bug me. Kind of give a few good whacks to the horse. They'll knock him right off. The critical on the ground. And the smart thing to do would be to warp back to the site of grace to level up. But I'm going to be a little bit risky here, just to keep things moving. But Dragon Bolt Blessing. I believe that what does that do? It gives you a buff of some sort. Yeah, bolster the caster's body. Attacks become easier to deflect, and resistance to all ailments is increased. Lightning damage negation will be reduced. I got some Great Bolts and a Sacred Tear that we can use the next time we get to a Site of Grace. If I don't forget. Sometimes I forget to use it right away, but... Okay, so now we're going to go to a grave site dungeon. We've done one grave site dungeon, I think, so far, and that was the one that's in the area that you start at the very beginning of the game. This one is guarded by a Black Knife Assassin, so I've already used my physics, so I'm not going to be able to summon my Lutel Ash because he requires too much FP for me to summon normally, so I have to use my my Flask Concoction, which negates my FP consumption for a period of time. But I should be able to take this guy out solo, hopefully. Need to heal up. So that's actually an attack that I like to punish if I'm not in the middle of trying to heal. And that, if it hits you, it's going to reduce your max HP. So make sure you dodge through that attack, the projectile that he does. Missed my Bloodhound's finesse there. Oh, that's going to hit me. Oh, I got the dodge off right in time. And that's another, his aerial attack. If he misses, he's going to stab the ground and he's going to get stuck for a minute. So that's another good attack to punish. Really the same. We've fought several of these so far. And they really have the same, very similar moveset. Oh, I should have dodged back before. That's his grab attack. You definitely want to dodge his grab attack. He'll do a lot of damage to you. Dodge back, come in and punish. It's just these things move so fast. They're so agile and aggressive. I'm going to use this opportunity to heal up. I was hoping he would charge after me and he would run into my special, but didn't happen there. Yeah, they are so agile. It's really hard to get a read on them. All right, I'm out of FP now. Here we go. Got him. And there is going to be a Site of Grace right inside here. But the reason I said it'd probably be wise to go back and level up before this was because you have to fight him to get inside here to get that Site of Grace. So, got the Black Knife, which is his weapon. Pretty solid dagger type weapon. If you're going for a more dagger-centric build. I think you can shoot that projectile out of it that he shoots. Let's check it out real quick. Yeah, you unleash the power of the Rune Death Fire of a blade-like projectile. In addition to dealing immediate damage, the blade reduces the enemy's maximum HP and continues to wear down. So you can do that projectile that reduces the max HP. You can use that against enemies and in PvP as well. Pretty solid dagger. All right, I'm going to rest up here, get all my stuff back, and level up. And, of course, I can level up my flask. I don't think I can add a charge. Nope. But I can increase the amount replenished. And I can level up. So I'm going to keep focusing on strength here. I'll put a level into dex. Since my vigor's at 40, which is the first soft cap, I'm going to focus. I'm probably going to rotate between endurance, strength, and dex for the time being, especially till I get my strength to 40 is going to be my next, I guess, priority. And then we'll go back to putting some into vigor just to keep getting that HP up. Maybe some into mind just to get a little bit of extra FP so that'll allow me to do more of my special moves during combat. All right, so here you can use a Stone Sword key. And we have, I mean, just check my inventory real quick. We have plenty of stone sword keys. I mean, we're at the point to where we don't even really have to worry about them. We can pretty much use them anytime we need to. I've got 17 left. You know, it's not a big deal to use these anymore. And I should be close to another level. Yeah, I can get another level. I don't know why I didn't already. Let's see, put this one into strength, get our strength up a little bit. Again, my goal is 40 strength. That'll allow me to wield the grafted blade. This says shadow bathes in light and knows weakness. So you'll see what that means in just a minute here. So branch in the path. We're gonna go straight first. Got a couple of these guys up here. Not too much of a problem. However, one of the big ones spawns here underneath, and these things are a problem. One of my least favorite enemies in the game, just because of how sketchy they are. I mean, they like, yeah, they vomit poison. They have ridiculous chain attacks. They can teleport. So immediately when they start to spawn, I'll do a special on them, and then just try to kill them as quickly as possible. All right, so this is basically a shortcut to where we would have wound up anyways. So, yeah, if you go back this way, see there's a gargoyle here in the light. Go on and kill this guy. So the other one that's a shadow, he's invincible until he gets into the light. And then once he's in the light, he becomes vulnerable. So if you ever see a shadowy enemy in this dungeon, what you have to do is you have to lure them to one of these little light portal things. And then once they hit the light, they're going to not be a shadow anymore, and they'll be vulnerable to damage. So there's several enemies that are like that in this dungeon. So if we had taken the other path, this is where it links up. So we went straight here. You could also turn down here. So really, it just makes a kind of a loop. So this dungeon is a little bit tricky because we do have enemies that you cannot deal damage to until you lure them in those little light circles. All right, so you see those are shadowy, so they cannot be hit yet. They can hurt you, though. Another thing is when you lure them into these circles, they're stunned for just a second, so they're wide open for damages for a brief second while they're kind of changing from their shadowy state to their non-shadowy state. So it's where you can hit them. All right, so don't run straight, because as soon as you go to the middle of this floor, it's going to collapse. So before you do that, go around the edge here. You get the Landell Soldier Ashes. Then we can go to the middle. And once you're in the middle, you're going to get attacked by a bunch of these imps. But as I said, once they enter the circle, they're stunned for just a second. So that gives you kind of the leg up on getting the first hit as soon as you can. See one more in here. Let's get him in here. Come on. Come on, buddy. Normally they're a bit more aggressive. There we go. Knock him out. Okay. We'll just pull the switch and it'll open up the gate. Some more guillotines. And there's some of these like zombie enemies down here. These enemies really don't give you much for killing them, but we can ride this one up. Whoops, I accidentally backstepped off of it. Make sure you don't get hit by the guillotines, because they may or may not one-shot you, but they will do a ton of damage if you get hit. This is kind of like a secret little nook up here, if you ride that one up. bunch of them in here. We got a couple of these guys up here that we're going to get real quick. So, if you accidentally dropped through that hole in the floor and you didn't get the ashes up there, this is where that was. So you can drop down here and get back up there. So I don't need to do that, so I'm gonna stay down below, or stay above rather. Let's get these guys out of the way. They grab you, it can be a problem. Got another stone sword key door here. And there is another talisman in here. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the talisman that we picked up earlier, Crimson Seed Talisman, what that does is it makes it so your flasks heal more HP when you use them. And this one will boost your defense against physical attacks. So this is the +1 version of the talisman. We already have the base version of the talisman, so this one will, of course, if you're comparing it to the base version of the talisman, it's gonna boost your defense more. The +1 will boost your defense more than the base. Okay, so make sure you do not get hit by these. Just kind of wait for it to go. These things are more of a nuisance than anything. Not really a huge threat. And this guy looks way more intimidating than he is. Be hilarious if he got hit by the guillotine, but yeah, he dies and did one jump attack and he died, so not much of a threat at all, really. Okay, wait for it to slice downwards. So directly ahead of us, that's the boss door. We have not unlocked the boss door yet, so not going to go that way just quite yet. First, we're going to go up this ladder. And once you drop down here, another one of those giant, I think they're called revenants, spawns. You see where it's kind of misting right in front of us. So be ready to lock on and do a special right away. Knock this thing out as quickly as possible because you don't want to... These things' attacks are just so ridiculously... Yeah, like look at the teleporting, and then his combos are ridiculous. He can poison you. Oh, I hate these things. So best defense is a good offense in that case. And that one actually respawns. So if you go back to this room later, he'll respawn even if you don't rest. All right, got some root resin. And so here we've got a shadowy enemy. We cannot hit him yet. And this is actually the equivalent to the lever in this dungeon. You cannot get to the boss unless you kill this enemy. So what you have to do is you have to lure him down, let him follow you, kind of chase you around, lure him down. We got to take him all the way back to this shiny spot right here. And then he'll be vulnerable, and then you can wail on him. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. So much like the MC's stunned when he first gets in there. And use that to your advantage. Gonna refill my FP because I'm not gonna rest before fighting the boss in here. But again, just be careful on your way back. Top off my HP. There we go. There's another zombie in here too. Oops, missed him. right. So I'm going to pop my Physic Flask so I can summon right when I walk through the fog. This boss isn't too bad. We fought one of these in an Everjail before, I believe. When he gets to about half HP, he's going to he already does Blizzard and Frost damage, but when he transforms, he's going to do way more. Yep, he's transforming now. He's applying the Frostbite to his weapon, and he's way more frosty now. And a lot more aggressive as well. So I'm going to let my summon kind of take the aggro off me for a second, then I'm going to get some hits in. There we go. Thank you, sir. And he is shifty. Big ol' AoE there. And that AoE lingers for a second too, so. And Frostbite, when it hits, it's kind of like Bleed. It does a bit of damage to your HP, but then for a period of time, as long as the status effect is active, you're going to have a debuff to your defense. But Lutel got the kill for me. And for this, we get Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff Ashes. So for those of you going for the Platinum, I always like to point this out. If you're going for the Platinum, the Kristoff Ashes are required because the Kristoff Ashes are a legendary spirit summon. So let's check that out. So legendary Ashen Remains. We need these for the trophy. There's a trophy for all of the legendary Ashen Remains. So if you're going for that Platinum, you got to have this. Just want to point that out. Got some extra root resin, and then we're going to warp out of here. Then we're going to have some fun. And it is a relatively loose definition of fun, depending on who you are. All right, we're going to warp here to the outer wall. We unlocked this side of grace in a previous episode. And if you recall from that previous episode, I'm gonna warp it to morning time here. And level up. Let's see, I'll put this one... take my endurance up with this one. Okay, so if you recall from that previous episode, I did not warp the time either. There is a double tree sentinel on the other side of that wall. We're going to fight the dual tree sentinels. And this is a tough fight, as you'd imagine. There are multiple ways of going about it. I'm going to summon Lutel right when I get in. And you can go in here and they're not paying attention to us yet, but we can still summon. You can, if you play your cards right, you can get the aggro on just one of them at a time and fight them 1v1 and fight the other one 1v1. I'm just going to kind of go guns blazing. Why not? My first playthrough, I fought them one at a time. Now they got Lutel, going to surprise attack this one. Don't get yourself... See, the other one's not even paying... See, the other one's not paying attention to me right now. So if you go down here... Well, now he is, but there is a way that you can get the aggro on just one at a time. And one way you can do it is if you go all the way down to the bottom. Usually one of them will turn around and forget about you, and then you can fight the other one kind of at the bottom of the stairs. I don't take them both on right now because, you know, I'll have some fun. And Lutel will generally do a pretty good job of helping you out, so. The main thing with this fight is don't get greedy. It's kind of shooting him with the arrows, which is good because it gets the tree sentinel on him. You see, the other one's not really bothering me right now. Nope, I'm going to take a hit here probably. Yeah. Missed it. Good. Oh, nice. Got the stun on him, but now I got the other one on me, so. Almost got one of them dead. Lutel's holding up. As long as he holds up until I get the first one dead, that's all I care about, really. I'm gonna heal up. And if he survives me getting one of them down, he's probably gonna survive to the end. I need to feed my horse because he's getting low on HP. There we go. I'll feed him again. All right, so this is the one that's almost dead. One hit left. There we go. All right, sweet. Got the first one down. Oh, geez. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? Wow. I got the first one down, and the second one just, man. That was a pretty raw deal right there. That was going so well until, man, I don't even know what happened there. All right, we're going to do this again. I can't believe that happened. Normally, once I get the first one down, that's my sign. Okay, it's smooth sailing for the rest of it, but all right, pop my flask. Get my summon going. First hit. Get my runes back. I'm gonna see if I can make this a one. No, because I think Lutel may have got the other one going too. But you can do both of them 1v1. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a 1v1 here. So just showing the other one's not on me. So this is just demonstrating how you can force a 1v1 even though there's two of them. Oh geez. Oh, the other one's coming out now. Dang it. Ow. All right, I'm taking some licks here. I need to get back on my horse. All right. I was hoping to keep it 1v1 the whole time, but oh well. Can't win them all. All right, I'm going to feed my horse real quick just to make sure his HP stopped off. Fortunately, he's taken a significant chunk of HP, so almost got the first one down. And hopefully I don't choke this time once I get the first one dead. Oh geez. Oh geez, this is bad. This is really bad. Arg. All right, third time's the charm, guys. And this fight is totally optional. It is not required to beat the game. And you don't have to do it at this point in the game either. We'll see how this one goes. What I'm going to do now is, just to make sure, I am going to go all out here. I'm going to put on some buffs. We're going to do fire grease. We're going to do exalted flesh. Let's see, what else can I craft here maybe? Let's see. I think that should do. I'll pop a rune arc even, just to even the odds a bit here. There we go. That should help. So right when I start, I'm gonna pop the grease and the flesh. That'll increase my damage output. And then I'm gonna do my flask here. We're gonna summon and get this thing going. All right. Oh, that makes a huge difference in my damage. That's going to be really helpful. All right, so hopefully it works this time. I got both of them on me now, which is bad. I'm going to see if I can force a 1v1 encounter on top of everything else that I'm doing. All right, come on down here. the other one's up there, so... Ooh, I don't know how I got away from that. That should have hit me. I feel like that was really lucky. All right, this is going pretty well. Oh, I jinxed it. I totally jinxed it. But yeah, I've only got one of them on me. I mean, Lutel's gone, but at this point, I don't care. If I got the 1v1, I don't even care. Okay, well, he went back away. Let's see. Let's get him. Can solo this one, I guess, now. I don't know what happened to Lutel, but as long as I can 1v1 these, it'll be much more likely to succeed here. Nope, that hit my horse. Gotta feed him real quick. Oh, the other one's coming down. Dang it! Now I don't have Lutel with me either. I think he went away. All right, I gotta get just one of them on me. See if I can snipe him. Oh, here we go. Sweet. Yes, you go back. I know my runes are right there, but I'm kind of preoccupied. Dang it. Ah! Oh, snap. Yeah, you stay up there. All right. We get this other one now. Oh, gosh. All right, one down, one to go. Oh, golly. All right. No, 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 no. You stop that right now. Okay. Ooh, this is sketchy. This is really sketchy. This is really sketchy. Oh, snap. I wish I had my summon. Yes, I want to revive him. I've never not wanted to revive him. I wish it didn't make me do that prompt. All right, you come back up here. We're going to fight. We're going to have a good time. All right, all my buffs are gone, but probably be helpful to put these back on. Just to make sure. I don't want this to go on for too long. Ow, jeez. Top up my health here. This guy can do shield bash attacks too that are really powerful. Yep, there's a shield bash. All right, you come back. All right. Heal up real quick. Oh, snap. I need to feed my horse. My buffs are gone, but that's fine. I don't think I'm going to rebuff. Oh, geez, maybe I should. I don't know. Fortunately, you see, when you do use your flask, it does heal your horse too. Shield bash. A couple hits. Oh, that hit my horse exclusively. Oh, geez. All right. Don't screw this up. I am playing a little bit scared right now, but that's because I really, really want to succeed here. May not have been the best time to use my flask, but... There we go. That was a good attack to punish. There we go. Got him. Whew. Yeah, those guys are tough. Really, really tough. Got the Erdtree Great Shield and a Hero's Rune, which is basically equivalent to a rune plus 10. So we've gotten golden runes 1 through 9. The Hero's Rune is basically a rune level 10. All right. Oh, got past that. Thank God. That's a really tough fight. As I said, totally optional, not required at all to beat the game, but you do get that Great Shield if you win. And I do want to kill, you know, basically all the bosses in this game in this playthrough just to show you guys, you know, what's going on and all that. I don't think I can do anything. There's actually another boss we're going to fight right here. That gargoyle. We ran away from him before. But now we're going to fight him. As I said, this is going to be a very combat-oriented episode. I'm going to take this stuff off because I don't want it right now. So once he flies down, I'm going to pop my Physic Flask and summon. So, yeah, fighting both of them at the same time is an option. It's kind of funny. On my first attempt, that was my best attempt. I got one of them dead, and then I don't know what happened. The other one just snuck up on me and just nailed me and killed me in like 1 or 2 hits. So, yeah, that was just bad luck. I don't know what it was, but if all else fails, as I just demonstrated, you can force the 1v1. This guy is tough. Definitely not as tough as the dual tree sentinel, but he hits really hard. Has some pretty devastating moves, but fighting him with the summon kind of takes the edge off. If you stay aggressive, you can get staggers. And there are several of these gargoyles we're going to fight in this playthrough. They have different weapons. This one has a twin blade and an axe. Some of them have a straight sword. Okay, so for that we get the gargoyle's great axe and a couple thousand runes. You'd think you'd get more runes for doing that, but not really. Okay, so let's see. What we want to do now is we're going to head down here. And we're going to hit this cave. I'll pop my blue flask just in case. Bunch of smoldering butterflies around here where it's burning. So over here, there is a spirit spring jump that we're going to use to soften the fall on the way down. If you miss this, it's probably going to be an instant death. You have to double jump to reach it. So it barely gives you enough, but if you get far enough, it lets you land. Let's see. This is number 3. Where's my number 2 beacon? Here we go. Take this away. All right, so down here, there is one of these scarabs that leaves a trail. You can't chase it on horseback because it outruns you on horseback. So you kind of got to camp out. It does go through this bottleneck here. You kind of just got to camp out, wait for it to come back through. And then you have to time your hit right as it's walking. All right, so here it comes, and swing. I swung too early. So now it's going to go all the way back through here. And then come back through this kind of bottleneck. Get rid of these slugs. And eventually this will come right back through here. All right, and swing. Oh, man, I thought that would have hit it. And this is for an Ash of War. These things, quite an annoyance. There we go, got it. Prayerful Strike. Over here, we're going to head another tunnel up. We will use our hammer for this one. So this is another one of those tunnels that is filled with illusory walls. Let's see, I need to rest to get my flask back. My blue flask back. There we go. This first one, right here. I'm gonna put my hammer on. You guys are weak to blunt. So I'm one-shotting him. If I had my bloodhounds on, I'd be like 3 or 4-shotting him. So definitely worth it. Have a good blunt weapon in your arsenal. We'll come back to this treasure chest later. As always, look for the smithing stones on the walls. I think we're good. All right, so we got smithing stone, miner's bell bearing 2, and another illusory wall. This, we have our elevator. But as usual, you can drop down. Now this drop down is a little bit risky. I think that's a smithing stone 5. But you have to make kind of a sketchy jump to get on top of this tree root. So otherwise, you'll fall down like that. So that item that I just showed you is a smithing stone 5. I have made that jump before. It is a little bit risky, as I just showed you. But you can make it. And that is I'm almost positive that's a smithing stone 5. I'm not going to go for it again. Just to keep things moving. I'm going to take the elevator down this time. I'm pretty sure when the elevator's going down too, you could just drop off at the right spot right here. Yeah, that's the easier way to do it in this case. Most of the time, you can just skip the elevator altogether. But since that tree root's in the way, it's just, yeah, it's easier to take the elevator down and drop off part way down. Let's see, nothing along the walls here. And we got another fake wall. And yet another fake wall. So, do not fall all the way to the bottom yet. Stay on top of these tree roots here. There are some of these vulgar militia enemies up here. Just a couple of them. Stone sword key. Okay. I'm gonna get this guy out of the way. And so you see there's loot down there on the bottom. There's also a door over here. So this door, this tunnel over here leads us to the progression route. And you can't get back over here kind of once you progress. So we're gonna get what's on the bottom of this area first. But there's a couple things I want to point out before we drop down. Right there is an abductor virgin that will attack you. Over there is a statue that needs to be broken to get the loot inside of it. You need to use the abductor virgin to break that statue. I'm going to weaken it just a bit before I drop down. Let's make my life a little bit easier. I'm just going to use some mighty shots. doesn't do a whole heck of a lot of damage, unfortunately, but... that's good enough. So once you drop down, I'm going to put my regular weapon back on here. It's going to come after you. And then you can use that ladder to get back up. And I believe there are other smaller enemies down here as well. So you see he's kind of... yeah. Hate these things. All right, lure him over here so he'll break this open for you. There you go. Now just fight him straight up. And again, if you hit him when his insides are open, you'll do extra damage, but then you're also going to risk his grab attack. And his grab attack's pretty brutal. I need to refill my MP here. Or my FP, I should say. Yep, there's its grab. Dang it, he got me. So when he grabs you, mash every button on the controller and you'll take less damage. Oh, I hate those grabs. Pretty much everything about this enemy annoys me. All right, this should take him out. There we go. Excellent. So since you busted this open, we can get the stuff. It's a smithing stone 6. 3 of them. And then hiding back here, got a somber 5. So now we need to climb this ladder back up. If it'll let me. Come on. Why is it not letting me climb the ladder? There we go. It's like in the prompt is like in an awkward spot. Okay, so now we need to take these routes back across. We need to drop down onto this one and head over here. So you see these routes that are blocking our pathway. Once we get to the other side of these routes, we can't get back over here. That's why I suggested do that room first. So what you need to do here is, since these block your path, you need to drop down. And these exploding rocks are going to be right down here. They're going to explode on you the second you drop down. Try to get away from them, but couldn't quite do it quickly enough, but it's all right. These things drop ruin fragments whenever they explode, and there's more of them down here. More of them right here. We can get this item. We saw that on the other side of those routes before we dropped down. Bunch of these things down here. Dang it. Wow. Thought it would be far enough away, but I was not. All right, glintstone scrap. Back behind here, another illusory wall. Try not to get blown up. I think that's it for the loot down here. Yeah. We are good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, so some more platforming and whatnot to get to the bottom. Don't fall all the way or you'll die. You can make this jump, just kind of run, jump to the side for some lightning grease. Then jump back over to the tree. And then there's another safe drop-off spot right here. Now I can get all the way to the bottom. And I believe there's more exploding orb things down here, so just FYI. Yep. Golden Rune 9, not too bad. And in here is going to be through the second archway is going to be our boss fight. Let's check and make sure there's nothing down here. Yeah, we're good. So I'm going to pop my physic flask so I can summon right when I walk in. This is not too hard of a boss. This guy does a bunch of gravity type attacks. He's not too bad. Oops, walked right into that one. He staggers pretty easy. If you get him cornered, then he's pretty much done for. See how easy he staggers. There we go. Not too bad. For our trouble, we get the Onyx Lord's Greatsword. Pretty solid weapon. You can warp out here, but I suggest you not. Because through here, this is actually a passageway to a divine tower. We can't go up this divine tower yet because we do not have the great rune that we need this tower to activate. But at the very least, we have this Site of Grace that we can unlock for later when we do need it. You go up to these doors. It's blocked shut. So, in this tunnel, I think we got a bell bearing. This will give you access to purchase smithing stones, 3s and 4s, and explosive stones from the merchant at Roundtable Hold. Let's go on and take them back. Why not? We'll end things here. All right, before we take those back, I'm going to upgrade.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own.
See, I do not have a Somber 7 yet, but I can probably upgrade my hammer at the very least, yeah. Take that up. And my katana. I do not have enough Somber 5s for my katana, but we will soon enough. All right, so we'll go to the merchant real quick and give her the bell bearing that we just got to increase her shop. There we go. So now we can purchase smithing stones, 3s, and 4s. Just wonderful. Okay. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this one. So thank you for tuning in. Apologize that the tree sentinel fight took me so long, but it is a tough fight and definitely doable at this point in the game, but still very tough and very optional at the same time. But I wanted to show you guys how to kill him if you so choose to take them on at this point as well. So thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.